So today we're moving on to the two-step and the multi-step equations. So what exactly does that involve? Well, we're looking at transformations that include two inverse operations, perhaps some combining like terms, distribution, or maybe all of the above. So let's jump right in. In this first problem, it looks like a traditional two-step equation where we're going to look at two inverse operations. We'll start by the inverse of subtraction, which is addition, which is our addition property of equality. We'll then see a multiplication, so we'll divide. X is equal to 8 is my solution. But I need to do a check. We'll substitute in 8 for the variable, and then we'll do the math. Well, 24 minus 1 equals 23. So now I can say that 8 is my solution. The second example today involves combining like terms. 9x minus 5x, like terms, let's combine. 4x equals 24. We'll now use the division property of equality because the inverse of multiplication is division. Solution is x is equal to 6. When I do the check this time, I need to replace the variable with 6 in two different places. Does it work? Let's find out. I have 54 minus 30, and as I do the math and simplify, I see that 24 equals 24. It makes a true statement, so that tells me that 6 is my solution. My third example has a lot happening in this equation. Now the first two are two steps. This is definitely a multi-step. Let's start the first transformation by distribution. That gives me a 3x plus 12. Now, as I'm looking at this, I notice that I am distributing a positive number. So now I'm going to combine like terms. I'm now up to the inverse operation portion of simplifying. I get 8x is equal to 16, and there's one last step here. Let's divide both sides by 8. My solution is x is equal to 2. Can't make any assumptions. I'm going to start plugging it in. Now watch that sometimes you can start to do a little mental math. 5 times 2 is 10. I'm going to replace it as I'm going along this time. And then I have x plus 4, which is 2 plus 4, which is 6. And now I see that I have 10 plus 18, which again works out. 28 equals 28. Now keep watching this video because again you might see some important messages as we go along. Now reminder, we are doing multi-step equations which look at two or more transformations. Sometimes we have to simplify one side or the other, or maybe both, before isolating the variable with our inverse operations. I wrote the transformations this time so that we can see exactly what's happening in each step. The first step tells me to distribute, and again I'm distributing a positive number. I get 2x plus 2 again equals 22. So as I'm doing this problem, I'm noticing that step 1 was to eliminate the parentheses. Step 2 tells me to combine the like terms. Constants are like terms. Next step tells me to subtract on both sides 4 because that's my property of equality. And then you simplify. My next step tells me to divide both sides by 2. Again, division property of equality, inverse operation. And then I simplify one more time and I get x is equal to 9. So now that we think the solution is 9, let's check it. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 20 plus 2 is 22, and it works. Let's see some more problems. In this one, I'm going to be distributing a negative. I have a negative 3 that I want to distribute to the x and the negative 2. When I distribute a negative, it does change the signs of the terms inside the parentheses, as you're multiplying. Let's combine like terms. Let's subtract 6 on both sides. And the solution, I believe, is 15. So let's see. 15 times 4 is 60. Minus 3 times 15 minus 2 is 13. Does that equal 21? Well, 60 minus 39, it's looking good, gives me 21. So it does check out. One of the last examples I have for today is again a distribution, but this time there's a fraction to distribute. Now, if this fraction and this denominator of the fraction were compatible with what was in the grouping, I would go ahead and simplify. But since it's not, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. When I'm multiplying by the reciprocal here, remember I'm multiplying by the negative, so let's take a look at multiplying this by a negative 5/6. Whatever I do on the right here, I have to do on the left. Let's now cross cancel, and I get negative 55 is equal to, remember these canceled out, x plus 3. Let's go ahead and subtract 3. I get negative 58 is equal to x. Let's interchange and put our variable first. Now, here's where we, especially when we're dealing with all these signs and fractions, I really want to check. So if I have negative 58 plus 3, that will give me a negative 55. Negative 55 times negative 6/5 cancels, and that gives me a negative 11. And negative times negative gives me positive 66, and it works. Hope you're still watching the video, because now it's time to do a few extra problems on your own that we'll check in class. And our assignment for tonight for lesson 3.3 is page 148, numbers 10 to 36. But wait, if you're still watching this video, you only have to do the even numbered problems. So I want to thank you for watching today, and have a great day.